Hi students, today I will go for the translation. In my previous lesson, I have mentioned up to the tRNA synthesis recognize unique structural features of the cognate tRNAs. Today, I will go through the structure of the ribosome. The ribosome is unable to discriminate between the correctly and incorrectly charged tRNAs. The ribosome is the macromolecular machine which directs the synthesis of the proteins, and consistent with the additional challenges of translating a nucleic acid code into the amino acid code, the ribosome is larger and more complex than the minimal machinery required for the DNA or RNA synthesis. And indeed, single polypeptides can perform DNA or RNA synthesis. We know that both the transcription and translation mechanism in case of the prokaryotes occur within the cytoplasm, important, and within the eukaryotes, transcription occur in the nucleus, whereas translation occur in the cytoplasm. Next, in case of the prokaryotes, the transcription machinery and the translation machinery are located in the same place, which is known as the cytoplasm. Thus, the ribosome can commence translation of the mRNA as it emerges from the RNA polymerase. Although the slow relative to the DNA synthesis in prokaryotes, the ribosome is capable of keeping up with the transcription machinery. In contrast to the situation in prokaryotes, translation in eukaryotes is completely separate from the transcription. Transcription occurs in the nucleus, whereas the translation occurs in the cytoplasm in case of the eukaryotic cell. Then comes to the part of that the ribosome is composed of both the large and the small subunit. The large subunit contains the peptidyl transfer center, which is responsible for the formation of the peptide bonds, we know, and the small subunit contains the decoding center, in which the charged tRNAs read or decode the codon units of the mRNA. Then one part is known as the Wedberg unit or the S value. So the larger the S value, say in case of the prokaryotes there are 70S ribosome, 50S and 30S in division, whereas in case of the eukaryotes it is 60-40, that is 80S, less than 20S in case of the prokaryotes, in case of the eukaryotes, and in case of the prokaryotes it is less than 10S. Why? So the larger the S value, the faster the sedimentation velocity, which is named after the inventor of the ultracentrifugation. And the explanation is that the intact prokaryotic ribosome is referred to as the 70S ribosome we know. So the 70S is less than the sum of the 50S plus 30S. So the explanation for this approach is that the sedimentation velocity is determined by both the shape and size, and hence is not a measure of the mass. So the large and the small subunits are each composed of the RNA known as the ribosomal RNAs or rRNAs, and many ribosomal proteins. So Wedberg units are once again used to distinguish among the ribosomal rRNAs. Thus in bacteria and the 50S subunit contains the 5S rRNA, 23S rRNA, whereas in 30S subunit it contains a single 16S rRNA. This particular of the 16S rRNA is responsible for the detection of the particular species of a particular genus. Say Streptococcus thermophilus. Say this particular of the thermophilus, it's a species and Streptococcus is the genus. So thermophilus, you have to identify these thermophilic bacteria, the species of this particular genera of this bacteria, by utilizing or by using the 16S rRNA procedure. Now comes to the part of the new amino acids are attached to the C terminus and the growing polypeptide chain. So as we know that both polynucleotide and polypeptide chains have intrinsic polarities. Thus for each of these molecules we can ask which end of the chain is synthesized first. Next, peptide bonds are formed by the transfer of the growing polypeptide chain from the one tRNA to another. So here comes to the term of amino acyl tRNA, which is attached to the 3' end of the carboxyl group of the amino acid, and the peptidyl tRNA is attached in exactly the same manner to the carboxyl terminus of the growing polypeptide chain. So here it will form the peptidyl transferase reaction. It's an SN1 type of the reaction mechanism. And peptide bond formation takes place without the simultaneous hydrolysis of the nucleoside triphosphate, which is because peptide bond formation is driven by the breaking the high energy acyl bond which joins the growing polypeptide chain to the tRNA. Next comes to the part of the ribosome has the 3 binding sites for the tRNA. The ribosome has the 3 binding sites for the tRNA, and the A site, then comes to the P site, other is the E site. A site key, now A site is the binding site for the amino acyl tRNA. P site is the site for the tRNA which is released after the growing polypeptide chain. So the PP site is the binding site for the peptidyl tRNA, and E site, which is known also as the exit site, it is the binding site for the tRNA which is released after the growing polypeptide chain has been transferred to the amino acyl tRNA. So there will be the A site, P site and E site. From the tRNA which will be bind to the A site, it will be transferred to the P site or the peptidyl binding site where the peptide bond have been formed, and then after the formation of the peptide bond it will be transferred to the E site for the exit. Then channels to the ribosome allow the mRNA and growing polypeptide to enter or exit the ribosome. The entry channel is only wide enough for the unpaired RNA to pass through. This feature ensures that the mRNA is in an extended form as it enters the decoding center by removing any intramolecular base pairing interactions that may have formed in the mRNA. So the mechanism is that the particular tRNA adjacent codons can bind to the amino acyl tRNA and then the peptidyl tRNA in the A site, P site respectively. Interestingly, there is a pronounced kink in the mRNA between the two codons that facilitates maintenance of the correct reading frame. It is important how the particular ribosome has the 3 binding sites of the tRNA and how the mechanism of the translation process have been occurred for the formation of the protein from the tRNA.